This is D Brown, the Begotten Son, and today we're going to dive within the soundwave of Preciate It.
Invisible man, you ain't never see me coming. Hiding my plans, nah, you ain't even watching. I can build it in front of you and you wouldn't see the rocket. Wouldn't dawn on you to stop it till that wasn't an option.
Starting off this song right here with Preciate It. I don't even remember the first thing I said. Invisible man. That first line came to me when I was creating this song. When I was thinking about the song, this book that I had to read back in high school, Invisible Man. And basically this whole idea actually carries over throughout the whole song as a full theme, where when people are not paying attention, when people are not viewing you or seeing what you're doing, you become this type of invisible man. And instead of taking this as a negative route, I flip this into showing the positive of this, where they don't see you coming. Whatever you're doing, they don't see it, and they don't even pay attention to what you're doing until it's too late, till it's not an option to even stop you.
Yeah, I appreciate it, that isolation. Think you got me in a hole, I'm thinking conservation. More like crowd tech, I never cry, flex my muscles till I'm next, continue to up my reps.
Somebody's putting you somewhere where you feel like you're isolated, or they try to make it seem like, all right, we got him in this corner by himself, isolated off, good, we feel good. But actually, you know, with that, I'm thinking more of like preservation or crowd tech, where it's like they put you in a nice sleep dream, or preserving everything that you have going on. So in this, it's like you have it going on where you're being preserved in everything that you're doing, and it's basically like a insulation from the outside world. And in that insulation, you're basically in this nice tube where you can just work and just continue to get better at your craft and continue doing what you're doing. So now when it's brought to the public, you're actually on the top of your game. You're not coming to the public in a novice sense. You're not coming to the public looking amateurish. You're coming looking like a professional at everything that you're doing.
Till it's hard to step in my path, yep. Now you getting swept like it's game 4. All I need is one more. I'm that nanotech. You ain't see it till it's too late, yep, I'm here to bless.
So then I move that on to these lines right here, where I take this straight from just upping your reps like you're in the gym, which basically when you're in the gym, nobody really sees what you're doing there. Like the outer world don't really see you putting in that work in the gym. And in the gym, you're just doing your reps over and over, upping the reps until it starts to show on the outside in your physique. And now it's like, okay, now it's hard to step against somebody that's like that. And then when you keep on moving with this, staying in the gym, staying in there, just keep on building yourself up, people don't see that hard work, but they see the fruits of it. And in this case, when it comes to basketball, somebody getting swept when in the championship, 4 games, and it's game 4, and you just sweeping them all the way through. You know, so that's where everything just comes together with that same thought process.
Don't be getting mad when they doubting daily. Keep the upper hand when they watching barely. I just play it cool, ain't no nigga on me. Niggas like to talk like they gonna show me.
Going to the hook, I reinforce that whole thought process of don't get mad when they're overlooking you. You know, you just play it cool, and then they'll see when you have the upper hand. It will become apparent when the time is the time. You know, and then I move on to, a lot of people like to talk, but instead of going back and forth with the arguing and bickering and all that and stuff like that, I'm more like,
go ahead, shorty, show me what it do. Go ahead, come and holler when the bands come through.
And then I also say, go ahead, come and holler when the bands come through. It's like more of a little line to really take back from Kanye's joint, wait till I get my money right type thing. And then I move on to the second part of the hook.
Said I appreciate it. Got me out here feeling so amazing.
Where it's like, I appreciate it, got me out here feeling so amazing. And that basically on a personal tip, where it's like that type of opposition actually gets me going. That turns me on to actually bring my best. And I use that negative energy and flip it into a positive energy that really gets me going and gets me amped up and excited, which moves us into the second verse.
I like it when you look at me like, who am I? hate it, but me, that give me fire. Move swift like a phantom in the ride.
So like I said, starting off the second verse, that's basically me just stating what I was just talking about in the hook, where, you know, a lot of people hate that when somebody look at you like, who is this person and all that. But for me, that turns me on because it actually gives me an opportunity right there. I see the opportunity in making a great first impression with this. Once again, being out of the public eye, everybody don't see you working on your craft, but then when you're working on your craft and you get great at it, now you bring it to the forefront. Once again, a professional. So you look at me like, who is this person? Well, let me give you my first impression, and that first impression is going to be one that's lasting and it sticks.
Look, to and I, we all look alike. That's an advantage, that's an oversight.
This line right here, I really adapted it to the times, but this is a line that I actually remember, not said in this way, but I remember this from a lot of the different civil rights movies, and a lot of things where people went through a lot of racisms and all that, where basically in this movie, this one guy was telling his fellow black friend that they're able to do a lot of stuff under the nose of the master, because to the master, you know, to white people at that time, all of us blacks look alike because all they see is a slave. So seeing that all they see is a slave, you can actually do things right under their nose without them knowing, because they are blind to the individual. They only see the group. So in that aspect, that's why, like I said, I adapted it to the time and just be like, to a op, you know, we all look alike. That's an advantage. That's an oversight. They're not seeing you. They just seeing the full picture. It's kind of like not seeing the trees for the forest, you know, type thing, or the forest for the trees. However way that goes.
With the riches in the room, you don't see no diamonds. Don't no Lamborghini out here sit on hydraulics. You either talking too loud or you stay low key. And if you talking too loud, then I'm like, show me.
Don't no Lamborghini out there sit on hydraulics. Like, hydraulics is made to be put on cars so you can see, you know, well, not, that's not what it's made for, but, you know, we adapted it, put them on cars and tricked them out so you can see it's just bouncing up and down the street. It's a way to bring attention and all that. So it's like, don't no Lamborghini out here sit on hydraulics. And the first lines with the riches in the room, you don't see no diamonds. Once again, this is the one where you seen these pictures out there where basically it was a picture of a room full of rappers and all that, and everybody had on these big diamonds, but then you see Jay-Z in the middle, you know, and he has on none. He's the richest in that room at that time, and he's the one without diamonds, because basically when you're just good and all that, you just show up and you just show your greatness. You just let that speak for you. You don't have to be rambunctious and loud and all that, and to make people see or make people believe that you are better than what you are. And that was just a nice way to bring it in with that picture right there. So once again, it just takes me to the end of the verses where it's like, you know, you either talking too loud or you stay low key, for all those examples that I just gave. And if you are talking too loud, that's like an invitation for anybody out there to be like, okay, you're talking big stuff, so won't you go and show me? So now it's put the money where your mouth is. So that's Preciate It, and you can find that on any music streaming platform, or you can save the playlist, #Begotten Sunday, and from there you'll find all the songs that I'm producing, performing, and mixing every week and putting it out there for everybody to enjoy and listen. And if you did enjoy this Within the Soundwave, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe, and we're going to keep on banging out with these things. And with that said, this is D Brown and Begotten Son, and I'm out.